Good evening. Today we are going to have a topic how to manage payroll in TallyPrime. Right. So this session is organized by Asset Integrated Info System, a leading 5-star Tally partner in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And this webinar is powered by tallyhr.com and Asset Genesis House of Accountants. So our today's topic is very interesting topic. That is how to manage your payroll in TallyPrime. And I'm your faculty for today. I'm myself Manikandan. I'm the Chief Knowledge Officer of Asset Tally. So in this session, I have a small instruction. You can keep your audios muted. Videos also you can mute it. If you have any doubts, you can unmute your audio and video and you can talk to me, or you can chat. There is a chat option in the Zoom. Using that, you can chat. At the end of the session, you'll be given time for your doubt clarification. That's a FAQ session. You can clarify your doubts. And interestingly, I can understand English, Tamil, and also Telugu. So whatever the language is convenient to you, you can talk to me in that language, because some of the accountants in this group are from Tamil Nadu, some of them are from Hyderabad. So I can manage Telugu, Tamil, and English. Thank you very much for all your participation. I wish you a happy new year. This is the first webinar for the year 2025. Last month, that is December 2024, we had 8 webinars effectively. And also in the month of November, we had 8 webinars. And continuously, we are going to provide webinars on Tally, GST, and TDS, especially the knowledge session for the accountants and the business owners. So in today's topic, we are going to discuss about payroll. So I'm going to give a brief note about the payroll applications in TallyPrime. So these are the three topics I'm going to discuss today. That is enabling payroll features for maintaining employee masters in TallyPrime, creating record for employee attendance. See, the first topic is enabling payroll features. See, TallyPrime has payroll feature. As you know all, so if I ask a question like, what is Tally? People will say Tally is an accounting software, Tally is a billing management software, or Tally is a GST management software, whatever it is. But I will say it is a complete business solution software, because using Tally, we can maintain accounts, we can maintain inventory, we can maintain payroll features, and we can maintain the statutory compliances like GST, TDS, ESI, EPF, etc. So it's a complete business solution software. So especially today, we are going to discuss about the payroll features. Before I get into the session, I have a small poll. I want everyone to answer for this poll so that I can understand your requirement also. So are you using Tally payroll features in your organization? I want everyone to answer for this poll. If you are using Tally payroll features in your organization, just mention yes, we are using it. Otherwise, mention no, we are not using it. Even you'll be using Tally for your accounting and inventory requirements. Suppose if you are using some other payroll related applications, just mention we are working with other payroll application software. I want everyone to answer for this poll. It's a small poll just to understand your requirements. I'm going to end the poll. Thank you. And I'm happy that, so I should not say I'm happy, but today's participants, most of them, out of 18, 15 of them are not using payroll features in their organization, right? At least after attending this session, if applicable to your organization, please use it effectively. Thank you very much. Right. Let me get into the session. So enabling payroll features and maintaining employee masters in TallyPrime. That is, we can enable the payroll features in TallyPrime and we can maintain employee data. Like we are creating ledgers, we are creating stock. We can create the employee masters also in TallyPrime. The advantage, what is the advantage? Very simple. Instead of maintaining paper documents, you can maintain all your employee records in Tally itself. Some companies will maintain all their resumes, their additional information like Aadhaar, Xerox copies, PAN, Xerox copies, bank account details, etc. in the paper copies. So we can avoid maintaining paper documents. Number 2, some people will be maintaining in Excel. So to avoid misplacing of documents, sometimes employee records are nothing but the confidential records. So to avoid all those things, you can maintain your employee records at TallyPrime itself. That is first thing. Number 2, we can create a record for employee attendance. I don't know how many of them knows about it. Like passing payment entry, receipt entry, sales entry, purchase entry. We can pass attendance entry also in TallyPrime, so that you can maintain a record instead of maintaining a manual register or instead of maintaining the Excel register for the attendance. We can maintain a Tally records also. So you can pass the attendance in Tally, as similar to you pass payment or receipt voucher in Tally. So the advantage here is you can have a record, right? For an annual basis, if you want to see the record of the leaves taken by the employee or something like medical leave or sick leave, something. Okay, so every company has their own convenient terms. Okay, leave without pay, loss of pay leaves, etc., etc. You can maintain a record for that. And finally, based on the information you have created, based on the masters you have created, based on the attendance you have created, if you want, the salaries also can be calculated automatically. So there is no need to work manually, like your basic salary plus dearness allowance or the allowances, less PF, less ESI, whatever it is. So everything will be calculated automatically based on the masters you have created already. Right? That is very, very important. You know very well in Tally, whatever the masters you are creating, based on that only the vouchers entries can be posted, based on that only the reports can be generated. So we will discuss everything in detail. What is payroll management? So very simple. Advantages of maintaining payroll in TallyPrime. It's very simple. As I told you already, you can maintain your employee records in Tally. Okay, so you can pass attendance entries, you can calculate the salaries automatically, including the statutory compliances of labor laws, including ESI, PF, professional tax, NPS, National Pension Scheme, and suppose if there is anything like your TDS deduction or income tax calculation, etc., those things also can be integrated in your payroll features. Okay, so you can generate all the records, all the reports which is relevant to the employees and which is needed for the statutory compliances like ESI, PF department. It is very, very tough task of maintaining the reports. Okay, so we know very well for that purpose only we are using Tally effectively. Even all the statutory compliances, GST or TDS or income tax or whatever it is very, very important to maintain the reports properly. And whenever the department people ask for the report, we have to generate and give it to them. So Tally makes our work very simple. Based on the masters we are configuring, based on the entries we are passing, Tally will generate all the reports. So first we have to enable the payroll feature. As you know very well, Tally has an advanced feature concept in the F11 features. Whatever the features required for your organization, because some of the organization, they will not be having a GST compliances, so they will not have a payroll requirement. So they can maintain accounts and inventory easily. If they want, they can use the F11 features. F11 features has all the advanced features. So here you can maintain the payroll with statutory compliances or without statutory compliances also. What I'm trying to say is some companies will have ESI PF, some companies may not have ESI PF. You know very well, less than 10 employees organization, they may not be having ESI compliances. Similarly, less than 20 employee organization, they will not be having PF compliances. In such cases, it is not necessary that they have to activate all the statutory compliances also. They can maintain attendance, they can calculate the salary. That's enough. So you are going to activate that from F11 feature. I will show you in TallyPrime screen also. And you can maintain the employee records. Okay, so for example, you can prepare an employee chart. For example, in your organization, if there is 25, 30 employees, you can categorize them like department wise, accounts department, production department, marketing department, purchase department, or maintenance department, whatever it is. So that is called employee group. Okay, you can group the employees. So interestingly, suppose there is a salary slab for the group of employees. For example, for accounts department, there is a salary slab. So you can define the salary for the group also. Or you can fix it like executive salary or manager salary or the partners or the directors, kind of a grouping system also you can follow. So it is similar to accounting groups. For example, I have an accounting group called indirect expenses. Whenever I create a ledgers which has to fall under indirect expenses like salary, electricity charges, telephone expenses, traveling expenses, etc., it will be grouped under indirect expenses. You know very well, it goes to the profit and loss account debit side. Similarly, in your organization, there are 20, 30, 50 employees. If they are grouped like executives, managers, the directors, partners, like that, you can create the employees and you can group it them. The advantage here is you can make the salary equal to all the employees who are in the particular group. For example, there are 4 directors. For all the directors, a similar salary means you can define the salary in the employee group itself. Okay, and there is an option for the attendance and production type. For example, for the salaried employees, So we can create attendance type like leave without pay, leave with pay, medical leave, casual leave, kind of a leave systems we can create, or we can create absent present kind of a attendance system. That is for the regular employees. For the wage employees like daily laborers or the wages employees who's working for temporarily for the production department and all, there is a possibility you'll be calculating their wages based on the production type also. If you take export garments company and all, they'll be providing per piece rate of stitching. Okay, so per piece rate in the shoe manufacturing company, a cracker manufacturing company, export garments, dress materials, wardrobe stitching companies and all, providing piece rate per product manufacturing wages. So that kind of a manufacturing production type of attendance also we can make. For example, employee Radhika, she produced 80 numbers today. So that kind of a attendance system also we can, for them they don't mind about the timing, whether they come at 9 o'clock, left at 6 o'clock, of how many pieces they have produced. Based on that only their wages will be provided. So that kind of attendance type also we can create. Finally, the pay heads. Every employee has different pay heads. Okay, for example, the employees working for the administration will be paying salary. The salary is split into basic pay, dearness allowance, bonus, incentive, traveling allowance, PF, especially the PF itself, PF deduction from employees, PF contributed by the employer. Okay, similarly, ESI, professional tax, TDS kind of a pay heads also we can create it. Suppose an employee working for a manufacturing unit, daily wages, we can create a pay head like wages, kind of a pay head we can create. Sometimes in the organization for the directors and partners and all, their pay head type will be different, like partners remuneration or directors remuneration, kind of a pay heads we can create in Tally. And attendance type, as I said earlier, attendance for the regular employees, attendance for the production units also we can create it, and the salary can be automated. Okay, so based on the masters you have created, employee and their date of joining and their salary calculations and their attendance type, everything is defined already. So if you want, you can automate the salary based on the attendance, based on the production type, based on the salary which is already defined for the particular employee, the salary will be calculated. For example, 30,000 is the salary for an executive and he took 2 leaves, out of which 1 leave is loss of pay leave. See, it is very sensitive. Suppose if you do a mistake on salary calculation, there is a high possibility it will create some nuisance in the organization. The employee team will have some gossips and they may be afraid, okay, to work in that particular environment. Okay, so that will demotivate the employees. To avoid all those things, we can create a record. For example, even there is a possibility when the employee is joining, we are fixing a salary that 20,000 and next revision on 1st of November 2025, for example. Okay, so that masters also can be created in Tally. Okay, so we no need to remember, we no need to maintain a separate record for that. Okay, so if the month of November has come, Tally will revise the salary from 25,000 to 30,000 automatically. Okay, so we can define it and we can get the result automatically. So these are all the works will be simplified if you are using the TallyPrime features effectively, right? So I'll move to Tally screen, right? So I've taken an example of Anurag Enterprises to demonstrate this Tally features to you. So I'm going to teach you the basics of payroll in TallyPrime. There are a lot of features, a lot of types to maintain this payroll feature in TallyPrime. I'm going to teach you the basics so that you'll get an idea of how to maintain payroll in TallyPrime, right? So first, as I said earlier, the advanced features have to be enabled. Okay, so all the basic features are available by default. The advanced features are supposed to be enabled from F11 features. Okay, so in Tally ERP9 also F11 feature has the advanced feature in TallyPrime. So you click into the company, Alt K company, and you can enable the Tally F11 features. Okay, or from directly from gateway of Tally, you can press F11 and enable it. Okay, so and you can find the payroll feature here, right hand side, payroll, maintain payroll. Suppose if I activate this option, and it will give an additional place to enable the statutory compliances. As I said earlier, you can make it as 2. 1, the small company where there is no statutory compliances related to labor, like no ESI, no PF, no professional tax, no TDS, nothing, then you can use the first feature alone. Suppose if the company has all the other statutory compliances like PF, ESI and all, you can enable the second line, that is enable payroll statutory. So the main advantage of Tally is they will be using the exact nomenclature. Okay, so there is nothing like coding. Okay, there is no hidden words, only the direct nomenclature, enable payroll statutory. Yes, if I set it to yes, then you'll get a space to make all the information related to PF, ESI, National Pension Scheme, income tax. That is specially related to TDS, right? So now I'm going to demonstrate without PF and ESI. So I'll make it as no. That's all. So I have enabled maintain payroll feature. Now I'm going to save this. As usual, first you have to create all the masters related to payroll. So you know very well, we'll be creating ledgers, groups, stock items, stock groups, unit of measures, etc. to maintain accounts and inventory. Similarly, to maintain payroll in Tally, we have to create all the payroll masters as mentioned earlier, right? So as I said, we have a lot of payroll masters. Here, employee group. Employee are nothing but the staffs working for the organization. For example, I have 20 staffs. So all the staffs should be created under employee. And number two, employee group. Employee group, nothing but the categorization of employees, just for the identification. See, I cannot say just for the identification because in future, maybe the organization, the management needs a lot of reports. For example, they may raise a question like how much is spent for the management staffs? How much is spent for the executives? How much is spent for the accounts department? How much is spent for the production department? That kind of queries may get raised. Okay, so in such cases, you can generate a report easily if you create employees with the categorization of employee groups, right? I'll get into that. I have already created some of the groups. I'll show you those groups. So if you want to create new, you can select the option new. If you want to see the masters which is already created, better you can select alter, right? Now I have selected alter. See, there are payroll masters which I have already created. For example, employee group. So I've created accounts department and under primary, you can make it under some other group also. And I've created under primary and define salary details. If you want to define, you can define from here itself. So the advantage here is, if I mention that from 1st of April 2024, so basic pay will be provided to the accounts department, incentive will be provided to the accounts department, and traveling allowance will be provided to the accounts department. Then when I'm creating the employees who's falling under accounts department can follow the same salary pattern, right? See, organizations will have different pay structure. For example, the production department may be having basic pay, food allowance, because they'll be coming in the early morning and leaving at the late night. So they'll be provided food allowance, they'll be provided traveling allowance, and they are provided incentives based on the number of pieces produced additionally. So we can create all those masters for them. Unfortunately, most of the accounts department will not have incentive or the allowance system. So if you don't want all those pay heads for the accounts department staffs, you can remove it. So we can define salary from here itself if you want. Then after creating the employee, if they are falling under accounts department, the salary will be applicable for them. Right. So similarly, you can create marketing department, production departments, or you can have it like executives, managers, directors kind of a grouping system. So this is how we are going to create a group. And I have created only one employee. His name is Ram Kumar. Okay. So just see the employee record. So this is a place I said we can maintain a record for employees. So no need of maintaining their resumes, which they give at the time of recruitment, or their birth certificate, or some additional documents like their Aadhaar copies, PAN. You can maintain a soft copy. That's not a problem. You can maintain a hard copy also. So instead, you can keep everything in one place. That is nothing but the Tally record. Okay, their name and which department they are falling into. See the group which we have already created, accounts department, what is his date of joining, and defining the salary. So we can define the salary here also, right? So I'm just skipping it. If you want, you can keep the salary records here. For example, I've already created salary record for Ramkumar. That I will discuss with you in later session. Now, if you want, you can define the salary also and what is the resignation or retirement date. So there is a possibility based on the age some companies will be giving retirements, or some of the companies will have like fixed tenure of 3 years. A contract kind of a tenures will be there, right? So you can fix those dates here. And if you want, you can make some notes about this employee. So how did he join? He was referred by our chartered accountant. That kind of a notes also you can mention. See, some of you, if you were not able to see all these additional information, very simple, you know very well about Tally F12 configuration plus F12 configuration, and you can find a space. See, find an option like provide note for employees. See, since I activated this option, I'll be getting it here. Okay, so and employee ID number, designation, what is the function is doing, and where is his location, head office or branch office or production unit, or the some other location like is located at Noida, kind of a location details you can place it. See, it's very easy for a small company to maintain employee records. For example, in your company you have only 10 or 15 members. It is very easy. We know each other. We know where is he placed, what is the function is doing. But assume that there is a company having 50 employees, 75, 100, 200, thousands of employees. So for them, it is very, very important to maintain all these informations and the gender and the date of birth of the candidate and what is his blood group, what is his father's name, spouse name. So they mentioned spouse. So Ramkumar, wife is Radhika, and complete address about the employee and his phone number, email ID, and provide bank details. See, especially the bank details, it is very, very important. Assume that an employee is joining in a company. So after the completion of a month, next month on the salary date, we don't need to go and ask him about his bank details. Okay, so while collecting, at the time of recruitment itself, we can collect all his details. If you want to provide the bank details, just mention yes and get into that screen. So you can maintain his bank account, branch and branch location, everything, so that your salary process will become easy. Okay, so there is a possibility your company may provide salary on the e-fund transfer, online transfer. Then it is very important to collect this NEFT details, etc. And there is an option if you are going to issue a check. See, if you are going to issue a check, what is his name as per bank account? So check favor name, right? So all those records you can maintain here itself. Okay. And his PAN number, his Aadhaar number, and UAN, it is applicable to PF, you know very well, PF account number, UAN number, okay, PRAN number, NPS, if they are doing investments on the NPS. I want everyone to answer. You know about NPS? Anybody knows about NPS? There is one more scheme like your PPF or PF, etc. There is a scheme called NPS. Anybody knows about NPS? Just mention yes in the chat box. How many of you knows about NPS? No. Manish sir, if you know, yes, please mention. Right? I want anyone knows about NPS? I will not ask any question on that. If you know something about NPS, yes. So now someone is saying yes. Shweta Chandar, right? Mohanlal sir says yes. Dasrath Raju, yes. Good. So I'm happy that some of them knows about NPS, right? So NPS is nothing but National Pension Scheme, right? It's a company sponsored investment or individual investments, we can say. National Pension Scheme. Yes, I can. Your answer is right, Dasrathi. Right? So it's called National Pension Scheme. You just put it in Google, you will get a lot of information about NPS. It is somewhat similar to PF. It is for the welfare of the employee, and sometimes it is also the welfare of the directors or partners of the organization. You can have the income tax benefits also. So you know about the income tax benefits, right? We can claim some deductions under Section 80C. Okay, up to 1,50,000. Interestingly, if you are investing some amount, your company is investing on behalf of you some amount in the NPS, then you are eligible for 2 lakhs rupees exemption, right? Just giving a hint, there is one more savings scheme called NPS, National Pension Scheme, right? You will be provided PRAN, right? Similar to PAN, you'll be given an ID card called PRAN. Okay, so it is related to that. Let us not get into that detailedly. And also about your work permit number. Suppose if you are placed in foreign countries, you'll be having a work permit of the respective countries, like visa processing, you'll be provided a work permit. All those details you can mention here itself. As I said earlier, it is not easy to maintain employee record if you have more than 10-20 employees. So don't maintain the paper records. Instead of that, you can maintain everything in Tally itself, right? And if there is any contract period, for example, this employee is a contract employee, then you can mention the contract beginning period and ending period, right? So that's all of creating an employee record in Tally. Okay, and there is an option called unit. Like suppose you are a shoe manufacturing company, numbers, pieces. Okay, the number of units manufactured or number of pieces manufactured, kind of a unit measures, you can mention it in the unit option. Similarly, the attendance option. So attendance, like what type of attendance you want to create. Some people will have the system of maintaining present details. For example, I can say like I'm present for 28 days, or I can say I'm absent for 2 days, right? Or I can say I had one medical leave, which is leave with the pay, and I have taken an absent. That is nothing but leave without pay, right? So either way, it is correct. 28-day present is correct, or 2 days leave, or 1 day medical leave, 1 day absent. Anything is fine, right? So you can create the records like this, absent kind of attendance records you can create. Even production records like number of pieces manufactured, all those things you can maintain it to the attendance record itself. Okay, and then the pay heads. Okay, as I said, pay heads are nothing but basic dearness allowance, PF employee deduction, PF employer contribution, ESI employee deduction, ESI employer contribution. Even in ESI PF, we have admin charges, pensions, EPS, employee pension scheme contributions. Something. So similar to that, you can create any type of pay heads, incentive, traveling allowance, food allowance, okay, dearness allowance, bonus, gratuity, pension, whatever it is. So whatever the type of pay heads are provided in the company. So you can assume like the small company, they'll not have a split ups. They will have a fixed salary, like salary. That's all. Okay, some companies little bit advancement, salary plus allowance. Some companies salary plus bus pass, okay, train pass, kind of additional allowances. Whatever the pay heads are provided to the employee, you can create everything. Okay, for example, I'll create another pay head for your understanding, bonus, right? And Tally will I'll ask you a few questions based on your definition. Tally is going to consider whether it's a earning for the employee or deduction from employees, that you have to define. Okay, for example, we have already created basic pay, right? Basic pay is nothing but the earning for employees. It's not a deduction from employee's salary, but PF is a deduction from employee's salary, whether it's a compulsory deduction. Compulsory means statutory deduction. Government's order, we are deducting it. Okay, whether it is a compulsory deduction, it's a normal deduction. That also you can define, right? Leave is nothing but loss of pay, deductions from employees. Professional tax, deduction from employees. Okay, so all those things you can select from here itself. For example, basic pay is nothing but the earning, whether it's a fixed pay or variable pay. As I said earlier, incentive is a variable pay. So that will be paid based on the productivity, right? If the target is achieved, then incentive will be paid. Or the production based payments will be released based on the variables, right? So here I can say it's a fixed expenses. And what type of expenses it is? You are going to create a master. Then this master should be grouped under any one of our accounting group. So I can say like indirect expenses, or I have a separate group called salary expenses, which I have already created. Salary under indirect expenses. So, and will it affect net salary? Yes, it will affect our net salary. Okay, because this is a main salary. And what is the name to be displayed in the payslip? See, now itself Tally is getting arranged. So what is the name to be displayed in the payslip? Basic pay. And whether it is used for gratuity calculation. If it is yes, you can mention yes. If it is no, then mention no, right? And whether it is paid on the flat amount or based on the attendance, based on the productivity, or it's a user defined, or it's a computed value, you can select any type. For example, basic pay is nothing but the pay on the basis of attendance. For example, my salary is 30,000, and if I'm coming to office only for 28 days and remaining 2 days are loss of pay, then I'll be paid 28,000. So it's based on the attendance. Okay, so you take dearness allowance. Most of the time, dearness allowance is paid on the basic pay. 30% of basic pay, 8% of basic pay, like that, it will be calculated. That time you can select computed value, right? If you select computed value, Tally will ask a question how you are going to calculate, right? So based on the type of calculation you are selecting, Tally will do all the calculation, right? Now, whether you are going to pay for the present days or you are going to deduct it for the absent days, you are going to select. Both are correct. So I told you already, either way, you have to pay for present days or you have to deduct for the absent days. Both are correct, right? Then whether it is paid for a daily basis or a monthly basis, fortnight basis or weekly basis, you have to select. If I select monthly, again Tally will ask the question, okay, whether it's a calendar period or user defined period. Some of the organizations, so I'm not getting into the PF and ESI, but you have to understand some of the organizations are paying salary on a calendar period. Okay, that means January month it will be paid for 31 days. February month it is paid for 28 days. March again 31 days. April again 30 days. Okay, see, you can also think about it. See, what is the difference it is going to create? It will create a difference, right? For example, if it is paid on a calendar period, for example, my salary is 30,000. Okay, for the month of April, if I take 1 day leave, it's very simple. It is paid for 29 days. So 29,000 is my salary. Assume that for the month of March, I'm taking 1 day leave. Then my salary will be calculated like 30,000 divided by 31 and multiplied by 29 days or 30 days. Then your total salary will be different. So now we are giving an instruction to Tally that you calculate salary as calendar period. Or you can have defined period also. Some of the companies for calculation purpose, they consider every month as 30 days month. So it will be very easy for them also to calculate, right? So if you want, you can make it as a calendar period. Then Tally can understand that salary is paid for 31 days in January, 28 days in February, 31 days in March, and 30 days in April, right? That's all. And finally, if you want to round off it, you can round it off, right? Similarly, you can create any masters. Okay, for example, I'll create one more master for your understanding. Bonus is nothing but earning for employees. It's a fixed and it should be grouped under salary expenses. Okay, will it affect net salary? Yes. What is the name to be displayed in payslip? For example, performance annual bonus. Sorry, annual bonus, or some companies say financial year bonus. Bonus is paid after filing the particular year's return. Like that, companies have the bonus system. Okay, so on every year, Diwali, some companies will pay annual bonus. Some companies will pay the financial year completion time, accounts department bonus will be released. And whether it is used for gratuity, whether it's a user defined or a flat rate. For example, it's a flat rate means, so for the employee, it is 25,000 fixed. Okay, our computation means you are going to compute it. For example, I'm going to calculate from, okay, specified formula from basic pay. I'm going to calculate if the basic pay is 20,000, I say 10% of the basic pay is there, bonus, right? So this kind of a calculation also you can do. So PF, ESI and all will be calculated like this only. If your basic pay is 25,000, then there is no PF or more than 50,000. That based on the companies, based on the statutory compliances also you can define. So now just I select flat rate for the bonus on a monthly basis, whether it's for the monthly basis or the annual basis, whatever it is, monthly calculation or days calculation, you can make it as, right? So I'm not going to save this bonus, and I have already 4 heads: basic pay, incentive, 3 heads only, traveling allowance. Okay. Now I have created the pay head also and payroll voucher type. There are 2 voucher types which is already created in Tally: attendance and payroll. Forget about payment. You know about payment voucher already. Attendance and payroll. Attendance is to mark employees' attendance, and payroll is to calculate salary. You can calculate salary, you can generate payslip, and you can generate all the reports relevant to payroll, right? So now I'll get into the attendance, or I'll show you how the voucher types are created in Tally. You know very well voucher types. There are 2 voucher types I said: attendance and payroll. Attendance is under attendance. Payroll is also under payroll. But interestingly, you know very well, Tally will display only few vouchers in the right hand side toolbar. Okay, not all the vouchers. Only few is available by default. Remaining is hidden on the other voucher screen. Okay, there is a other voucher screen. You can refer it from the other vouchers. Suppose if you know the shortcut keys very well, then you get into the right hand side navigation button, F4 contra and control F4 payroll and F5 payment, alt F5 debit note, kind of a navigation button is available. You can refer and you can get the voucher types. Suppose if you know the voucher type very well, then you can use like control F4, F4 for contra and control F4 for payroll calculation. Like that you can use it, right? Now, I'll do one thing. There is something else I have to introduce, that is the voucher types available in the statistics. Display, statement of accounts and statistics. See what are the voucher types? I'm using it effectively. That is available here. Attendance, you can refer all those voucher types also. After you started using it, it will come under the particular voucher type. You can refer this also for your understanding. Now, I'll get into the attendance pattern, okay, because already we have defined the salary. For example, define salary for a Ram Kumar. Already I have defined, okay, with effect from 1st of April 2024. Okay, for example, basic pay is 27,500. It is paid on a monthly basis. It is paid on the attendance basis, and traveling allowance is flat 2,000 rupees. It is flat 2,000 rupees. And incentive. Incentive is user defined. That means while paying the salary, we can define the incentive. Okay, so this we have many places to define. For example, while creating the employee group, I can define the salary. Or while creating the employee records, individual employee records, I can define the salary, right? See, interestingly, when the salary is defined, for example, from 1st of December, the salary has to be revised. What I can do is, see, from 1st of, we have to see one more information. See, already I have defined from 1st of April also. Okay, I'll create one more employee for your understanding so that you can easily understand. Satish R, and is coming under accounts department and defining the salary for him. Copy from employee. That means from other employee also you can copy. For Satish and Ramkumar, the same salary pattern is available. Then you can copy from Ramkumar also. If you want, you can copy from Ramkumar also, or you can start fresh. If I say that I can copy from other employee Ramkumar, whatever the salary is configured for Ramkumar will come automatically. Basic pay, I can say like 30,000 rupees. Traveling allowance 2,500 rupees. Incentive is user defined. That means every month incentive will vary. I cannot define it now itself. And I'm going to define salary from 1st of October. The employee previous value, basic pay 35,000 from 1st of October. 3,000 rupees is a traveling allowance from 1st of October. Like that, you can make a lot of informations here, right? I'm just simply creating it. I'll come out and I will pass some of the attendance entry. Attendance entry, you can select it from F10, that is the other voucher, and you select the attendance voucher. There is no shortcut function key for attendance. You have to notice this. Okay, you know very well. F4 is contra, F5 is payment, F6 is receipt, F7 is journal, like that. There is no shortcut function key for attendance. That means you cannot select attendance voucher from this area. Just see, there is nothing to select attendance voucher from the voucher types. You have to refer the other vouchers and select the attendance, right? Now I'm going to pass attendance on 30th of April. You can pass attendance for all employees in one screen itself, right? Now I'm going to pass Ram Kumar, ID number is 5248, is working for accounts department, because other informations I have not defined for Satish. Only for Ram Kumar I have defined. It's coming automatically. Whether you are going to pass entry for present days or you are going to pass entry for absent days. Both are same. Okay. So present, I say, is present for 29 days. His salary is 25,000, his allowance is 2,000, and he is present for 29 days. And similarly, Satish is present for, I can say, 28 days. That means remaining days are loss of pay days. So present is nothing but the amount which we are going to pay for the particular days. Okay, I have defined the attendance also. That's all. We are coming to the end of this payroll computation. Two things we have completed. One, we have created employee master. Number two, we have created employee attendance records. Which one you want, madam? Shweta, madam, you said that F4 contra shortcuts, right? I'll finish this and explain you. Shweta, madam, is asking a question. I don't know what is the question, but F4 is contra. There is a navigation button in the right hand side to F4. There is a navigation button. Okay, if you click, you can find if there is any other voucher types mentioned there. Okay, similarly, F5 is payment, Alt F5 is debit note, Control F5 is rejection note. Similarly, F6 is receipt, Alt F6 is credit note, and Control F6 is rejection in. So all the voucher types, major voucher types are available outside. Remaining are available at the F10 other vouchers, or you can select it from the navigation button also, right? I hope I have clarified Shweta madam's doubt, right? So this is about attendance. Okay, as soon as you pass the attendance, you can refer it from your statistics also. Statement of accounts, statistics. Now there is only one entry passed for the attendance, right? Now we are going to pass the salary calculation entry, vouchers, and the voucher type is Control F4. I don't recommend you to remember the beginning stage itself. When you are started working, it comes automatically. Okay, so F4 contra, F5 payment, F6 receipts, you can remember. Initially, you can refer and get it. Control F4 is a payroll. Now you have two options. One, manual calculation. Number two, automatic calculation. Manual calculation means you have to select the respective ledger. For example, ICICI Bank for the Ram Kumar basic pay 29,960, whatever you have calculated in Excel. For example, next incentive 2,750, then traveling allowance 300. Like that, you can calculate manually, but that is not our objective, right? That means you are paying salary to Ram Kumar, which you have calculated in Excel. There's no meaning of maintaining payroll and tally, right? So I recommend you to select the autofill option. Just refer the right hand side. We have a lot of options in tally. We would be using only 10% of the many features. Okay. So I don't know how many of you learned this autofill option. Right hand side, Control F is the shortcut key. Control F, autofill. Now Tally is going to ask few questions. Based on your answer, the salary calculation will be automatic. Okay. But we have defined some information already for Ram Kumar. What is the basic pay? What is the traveling allowance? How many days he has come to office? Everything we have defined already. Based on that, the automatic salary calculation is going to happen, right? Payroll, autofill, and whether you are processing for salary. You can ask a question, sir, what is this? We are working on salary calculation only. But there is another process for PF, ESI and all. That's why it's asking a question, whether you are processing a salary. Yes, I'm processing a salary. For which period you are processing? 1st of April to 30th April. And for which group of employees you are going to process salary. For example, if you have already defined all employees, everything already defined, if you have passed attendance for all the employees, better you pass all items. Okay, for example, in my company, there is a system. Okay, they pay salary on 1st of the month to production employees, 3rd of the month to marketing employees, 5th of the month to accounts department. So I can process this separately. If you want, you can process at a time, or if you want, you can process separately also, right? Now I have an option to process accounts department salary. Okay, see, as we are all accountants, I always use accounts department for this example. Okay, accounts department salary, or individually if you want to process. Some companies are doing that also. Individually, they are processing employee salary for the easy maintenance purpose. That's all. Accounts department. So accounts department, what is the sorting type? Alphabetical order. If you want, you can have alphabetical order, or if you want the employee number wise, you can have it in the employee number wise also. See how much consciously it is created. Okay, Tally can give any type of order, but it is asking a question whether you want alphabetical order like A, B, C kind of alphabetical order, or you want the employee order number wise like 1068, 1069, 1070 kind of a order you want to maintain, you can maintain, right? And finally, whether you are going to process the salary now or you are going to make it as a provision entry. 2-3 weeks before we were discussing about passing provision entries. Okay. See, there is a system. Some companies, what they will do for the month of April, if you are working, the salary will be paid on 5th or 7th of the month. For example, that time they pass entries, right? That is wrong. What you're supposed to do for the month of April, you have to pass the entry on 30th April. It is very, very important to pass the provision entry on the 30th April. See the date I have selected, 30th April. Okay, so because the expenses belongs to the 30th April for the month of April. Okay, and you'll be paying it on 5th of the month. That is different. Okay, the question is the salary is processed for April means it should be the provision entry should be passed on the 30th of the month. 31st of May, 30th of June, 31st of July, like that, the month end you have to pass the provision entries. Right? Since it is a provision entry, I've created a ledger called salary outstanding. So I'm not paying the salary. See it very carefully. Now I'm not making salary payment. Okay. I'm just passing the provision entry for the month of April. So the provision entry is nothing but Ram Kumar salary is processed for 28 days. His actual salary is 25,000. So we have mentioned already basic pay is paid on the attendance basis. But the travel allowance is fixed. There is no deduction on the travel allowance. It is fixed. Okay. See, just you can refer this, right? It is processed. It is processed. Okay. That's all. There is no need for a manual calculation. If your records are clear, if your attendance is clear, then the salary is calculated automatically. For example, similarly, there is no, I'm just processing for 31st May. Just refer it. I'm just processing for 31st May, autofill, salary, 1st of April to 31st March, accounts department, employee wise, salary outstanding. Just see, there is no amount has come because we have not mentioned any attendance. If you don't mention the attendance, so it is considered that you're not processing salary for the employee because our attendance pattern is present. You are going to process salary for the number of days they are present to the organization. So the salary will not be processed. Okay. So you have to pass the attendance entry without fail. So anyway, the traveling allowance is a fixed amount. So this is coming automatically. Since we have not processed the attendance, the salary will not be processed. That means he is absent for all the days. It is understood that it is absent for all the days. So what we have to do is we have to pass the attendance entry first. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut key for attendance for 30 days and passing present for 31 days and Satish present for 31 days. Now I can process the salary for 31st May. If there is no error, it will come, salary will come for all 31 days. Now you can refer basic pay 25,000 without deduction. That means salary is processed for all 31 days. Again, here the basic pay is 30,000, traveling allowance is 2,500. Right? I told you, I gave one more commitment, that is the salary from the October, it will be revised, I said, right? Now I'll pass one attendance entry for October, right? Ram Kumar present for 30 days, sorry, 31 days I'll put. And Satish also present for 31 days for the month of October, right? If I process salary, I should get the revised amount. You remember the revised amount for Ram Kumar, 25,000 is a salary from April and 27,500 is a salary from October, right? Control F, autofill, salary for October. I can say accounts department, employees, salary outstanding. You can refer it easily. For your reference, I changed the figure from 1st of October. The basic pay will be 27,500. For the Satish, employee Satish, from 1st of October, the salary is 35,000. Also, I have revised traveling allowance. That means you'll be paid 3,000 rupees, right? This is how we are going to pass. Important thing is, there are so many things to learn in payroll. Okay, like in the employee configuration, employee group configuration, production type configuration, and statutory compliances, pay hits like PF, ESI. So all those things we have to learn more. Anyway, since this is an introduction session, I'll show you some more reports related to payroll. Now I'll go to payroll reports. Lot of reports are there. Okay, similar to your day book, you have payroll register, attendance register, employee profiles, employee head counts. See how many employees are working for the company. Okay, month wise. So newly joined, opening employee, newly joined employee, resigned employees, and how many employees are in the organization, total cost to the employee for the particular month. Okay, this kind of a reports also will be very much useful for the organization. Okay, so if they want to see the cost of manpower, they can take a lot of decision based on that. Okay, department wise reports they can see, employee profiles, accounts department, how many of them are working, production department, how many of them are working, like that. Profile wise reports also they can see. Ram Kumar, total history of Ram Kumar is available here. Okay, in case of emergency, we can refer these reports and identify them. Payroll register, it is related to your sales register, purchase register, attendance register, and your pay sheet. For example, my accounts department pay sheet for the month of April. It shows total information like Ram Kumar, what is the basic pay we have provided, traveling. These are all the sheets very much needed for the organization having PF and ESI compliances. I don't say it is complications, it's a compliances. If you maintain proper records, it's a compliance. Okay, so I'll not say it's a complication for the month of October. So for each employee, for review purpose and all, companies needs this kind of a report. Okay, so annual appraisal, review purpose, performance analysis, for all these areas, they'll be asking the accountants to generate employee-wise reports, like how much we have spent for traveling, how much we have spent for their mobile allowance, etc., etc. We can refer from this area. Pay slips, if you want to generate pay slips, very nice pay slip report you'll get. See, this is for the month of April. I can take a printout of my pay slip, right? It's a very professional payslip. Okay, so simply you can, if there is any digital signature attached in your system, even you can use digital signature. Okay, so employee ID number, their role, date of joining, and their PAN number, PFESI number, and how many days they work for the company, actual salary, but that salary processed for the month of April. Everything is available. You can refer. Their actual salary is 25,000, allowance is 2,000, but this month they are getting only 26 days. Okay, so because it is a salary deduction for 29 days, kind of all information will be available in the payslip. If you want, you can have some more also, like configuration. There is an area of configuration. If you want vertical payslip, you can generate a vertical payslip. This is vertical. Earlier, which we have seen is a horizontal. Okay, you can change the format. There are a lot of things are there to make a change in the particular screen. So many of us are not referring our F12 configuration or any configurations for printing or configuration for report generation. We have a lot of things to remove or add in your report. If you want with the passport, with visa details, with employee notes, okay, so you can have everything in the single screen itself. This is your payslip, right? And similarly, you have a lot of payroll related attendance report of, if you want to see the attendance report of Ram Kumar, you can refer for the whole year, how many days he worked for the whole year, how many days present, how many days absent, how many medical leaves he has taken, because some of the companies are providing medical leave, casual leave kind of a benefit to the employees. Suppose if they are not claiming the casual leaves, they can claim as a salary in the next year. Along with the bonus, they can take it. Kind of monetary systems also available. Payment advice. When the bank salary process is happening, You can create a payment advisor also. Okay, so simply we can take a printout of all employee salary and you can send it to the bank so that bank will process the salary. Your payroll statements, you can generate payroll statement, basic pay to whom we have paid, how much we have paid. So for PF, ESI and all these kind of reports you can access. Employee pay head breakup. So basic pay is paid to whom? Ram Kumar and Satish. Are employee pay head employee breakup. Like Ram Kumar is getting which type of employment benefits? Salary, basic pay, or traveling allowance. You take enough time and whatever the advanced informations I'm teaching you, you can refer and you can get benefited, right? A lot of things are there to discuss in payroll. In fact, if you have 25 hours to 50 hours also is not enough to learn on payroll, but I'm taking some effort to introduce you about the payroll, right? I just want to give small poll. I want everyone to participate in this poll webinar. So if you are a fresh person to this webinar, I just want to mention that, yes, I'm attending the webinar for the first time. Okay, I want everyone to answer, because if you are new to this webinar, just mention, no, I'm attending webinar regularly. Sorry, I'm just telling you wrong. If you are attending first time, just mention first time. Okay, because we have a group for the webinar attendees. Okay, if this is your first webinar, we will include your name, mobile number in the webinar attendees WhatsApp group, so that every week webinar invitations will be posted there. You will also get benefited. We want everyone to access this webinar options. Now we have changed the webinar. Thank you very much. Some of them have mentioned that I'm the first time to attend webinar. Don't worry, your name will be included in the WhatsApp group. Right now, every week, Tuesday and Thursday, we are conducting webinars. Earlier, we were conducting on Friday and Wednesday. Now we have changed the pattern. Every week, Tuesday and Thursday, we are conducting webinars. Okay. So Shweta is asking a question. Can we refer this webinar will be recorded? Yes, we can refer. We are providing a link. You can refer it in our YouTubes also, but it will take some more time. It will be accessed through our websites also, right? And you have to learn more in this payroll. I just want to give some information about that also. You should not think that you have learned everything in payroll. Maintaining employee records as per statutory norms like ESI, PF, that also you should learn. And 1 minute that you have to learn. Does these data shared with the departments while uploading GST returns? No, sir. These will not be shared with the GST. It is irrelevant to GST. You would have referred when we are creating employee master or paid master, nowhere we have enabled GST. So these informations will not be shared with GST department. Of course, some of them are afraid on it. We don't share this. That means the salary data will not be shared to GST returns. Okay, and you have to learn a lot more in this. And I just want to tell you one thing. Some of the big companies, large scale industries, okay, they have a departments, okay, like accounts department, payroll department, production department. So where there is more than 20 employees, or if it is a manufacturing organization, it's a big companies. Every accountant has a job scope if they learn payroll. Okay, so we should learn payroll also. So most of them, if they are working for a small company where there is no payroll processing system through Tally, or where there is a separate department to process their payroll, like HR department. Okay, so accountants are ignoring these areas. Okay, so I want every accountant to be good in accounting, inventory, statutory compliances like GST, TDS, and also the payroll compliances like PF, ESI, professional tax, etc. At least you should update it. Okay, so you don't leave this area. Okay, most of them are leaving this area, and you have a good scope to work for the HR department also. Okay, so I'm not asking you to work for HR department instead of accounts department, but there is a good scope. Even you can work for the HR department, even if your friends are someone who's studying for MBA HR and all, they can learn payroll features in Tally, so that they can easily learn the payroll features, and easily they can learn the PF, ESI and other statutory compliances related to payroll also. Okay, so I want everyone to start their initiative to learn payroll features in Tally. And I'm coming to a big announcement that we are launching our academy, that is Asset Genesis House of Accountants. So if you feel that some of the skills are lacking for you, you can approach us for your learnings, right? Or if you are a fresher, if you are looking for an accountant job, and if you feel that there is a skill lacking on you, okay, so you can fill your employability skills through Asset Genesis House of Accountants. And there is another product we have called TallyHR.com. If an accountant searching for a good accountant job, and if the business owner is searching for a good accountant, and we are the platform for both of them, so we'll help them to meet each other and get benefited. So Asset Integrated Info System is having multiple roles. One is TallyHR.com. So we are helping the accountants and business owners to find good accountant job or to find a good accountant. If you need any help to get a job, to get a good accountant, just approach us. We are available through TallyHR.com, right? And also, I just want to give some tips, right? So how many of you know that you can customize your tally reports? How many of you knows that you can customize your tally reports? Or how many of you knows that you can customize your invoice or any voucher types, any reports, right? So it is possible. So some of them are thinking that we cannot modify anything in Tally. See, few of the informations are available already in the F12 configuration. Using that, you can modify your reports or your returns or your invoices or whatever it is, right? Some of them are not aware that we can modify. For them, I'm giving this basic information that you can customize your invoice also, right? This is a sample or for a company invoice I've mentioned. So you can see the Tally invoice, it will be very much black and white. You can make colorful. Okay, you can include your company logo. Okay, whatever the additional specification you would like to mention, you can mention it in the invoice itself, right? This is possible through TDL. TDL is nothing but Tally Definition Language. Yes, you have to design it through the Tally dealers or the authorized dealer who can do the Tally definition language and customize your Tally software. Okay, so we Asset Integrated Info System, we have such facility. You can customize any of the reports, your invoice formats, and anything in your Tally. Okay, if you want to include some more information in your Tally to make your work simple, you please approach us. We are here to help you to define anything through TDL, right? And final announcement that if you are using a lower edition in Tally, please upgrade yourself to TallyPrime Release 5.1. Latest release in Tally is TallyPrime Release 5.1, which has come in the month of December. 2nd December they have released. That's a lot of advancement in the release 5.1. To be frank, before that, in the month of October, we got release 5. From release 5 only, we are able to file the GSTR return directly from Tally. I hope everyone knows about it. When you are maintaining your sales purchase informations properly in Tally, you no need to download it and again you go and upload the data in GST portal. From Tally itself, you can upload your returns to GST portal with the help of a single OTP, right? And this is possible only if you use the latest editions, right? If you feel that you're not using a correct edition, just see your Tally right top. You can find a help button. Next to that, the red color alarm button will be there. Okay. So that means there is some information for you. You click into that, you can see a red button near to your upgrade. That means you're using the lowest edition. You're not using the latest edition. Then you approach us. If you need our support, you contact us in the below mentioned numbers. It is 98490-33736, or you can reach us through the email also, that is info@assettally.com, right? And the latest releases, Tally Release 5.1. Just fix it in mind, when you are using the latest release, you are using all the features in Tally, which is going to reduce your work burden. Thank you, right? And on Thursday, we have a topic that is make yourself comfortable on the foreign currencies. Suppose you are a company located in India, you are using a base currency as INR, Indian rupee, but you have a transaction with foreign clients, with foreign vendors. You are buying goods from foreign country and you are selling goods to your foreign customers. Then you must be handling the foreign currency. Multiple currencies you have to handle. Okay, dollar, yen, euro, UAE currencies, you have to use it. When you are using the foreign currencies, you'll be facing a problem called forex gain or loss. I'm going to teach you how you have to account the transaction which is happening other than INR. INR is our base currency. If it is happening other than INR, like US dollars or euro or yen or whatever it is, I'm going to help you how to account it. And finally, how to adjust the loss or gain arised from the foreign currency variations. For example, when I'm selling the goods, the currency US dollar was 80. Now, when I'm getting the money from the client, the US dollar is 83. Okay, so your books will say that you have received 3 rupees in the additionally. No, it's not like that. It's nothing but the forex gain or loss, currency rate variations. So I'm going to teach you how you are going to make all those adjustment entries in the next session. Remember, our webinar schedules are changed. Every week, Tuesday and Thursday are our webinars from 4 to 5 o'clock. Be available, and the existing registered webinar participants will be getting the notification in our WhatsApp group itself. Okay, you no need to search for the invitations. It is available in the webinar WhatsApp group. Thank you very much for your participation. And if you want to ask your doubts, if you have anything to get clarity, please mention it in the chat box, or you can unmute your mic and you can ask your question. And this is the calendar for the month of January. Okay, so if you want, suppose if you're not comfortable to attend, or if you don't have time to attend all the webinars, okay, there's for your understanding, I've mentioned the month calendar. Just note it down. On 9th, we have a topic related to foreign currency management, right? On the second week of Tuesday and Thursday, we don't have webinars due to Shankaranti holidays. And the third week, on 21st and 23rd. 21st is about the invoice management in Tally. 23rd, about the branch management. Like if you have multiple branches using cost center, how you can generate the branch-wise reports I'm going to discuss. And 28th, I'm going to discuss about the banking features, which we have already discussed in the month of November. But some of them are asking the topic again, and some of them are new to this webinar. And finally, the 30th of January, we are going to discuss about interest calculation and TallyPrime, right? Some of the companies for the outstanding management, they are applying interest also. We can do automatic interest calculation in TallyPrime, right? Thank you very much for all your participations. Still, if you have a doubt, if you want any clarity, as you all available in the webinar group, WhatsApp group, you can post your queries in the webinar WhatsApp group also. Asset Integrated Info System, with the alliance of tallyhr.com and Asset Genesis House of Accountants, we are conducting these webinars on every week, Tuesday and Thursday, for the benefit of accountants and the business owners. So to enhance your knowledge, we are here to support you. Thank you very much for all your participation. If you have any queries, you can ask, otherwise you can leave the classroom. Thank you. You can mention your feedback about the webinars in the WhatsApp group also. Refer this webinars to your friends and others who's into the accounting work. Let them also get benefited. Thank you very much for your participation. I'll meet you on Thursday at 4 p.m. for the topic foreign currency management.